Hi, everybody. Hello, and welcome to our Friday live lunch chat. So glad to be here. I'm mixing it up today, if you can tell, and I am at home. I'm not in the shop like I have been for the last several chats. Um, Taking it easy today, helping to fill orders. We've had such a great response to our Love Your LYS weekend promotions. So thank you everybody who has grabbed some of those one of a kind project bundles we've put together. I'm working on mine right now, and when I finish this row, I can hold it up and show you. Since I'm now in the middle of the row, it's all like bound up, but hi Sarah, thank you. She says happy LYS weekend. Woohoo! Thank you, Julia. I will talk about my sweater here in a second. Hi Diane. Hi Heidi. Margot. Yes, Heidi. This is my home stash. Debuted back in May or something like that. When I had to do a video here at the house. And hi Z. Hello from North Carolina. So yeah, this behind me, we're in the big general use room in my house that we and my family call the ho row. And that is not for any reason that it sounds like, other than it's short for the hobby room. So this includes the TV room, the Nintendo room, the piano room, the ukulele room, the arts and crafts room, and Sarah's knitting room. So it is a catch-all for all the crap. That's basically what this means. And so, yeah, it's convenient to set up here when I do a video from home if my kids aren't already in here. And I can do it here in front of my epic stash, which you can only see part of, and that's by design. So I got my coffee today in my awesome mug that was a gift from my friend Tina this Christmas. I have the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. Quite accurate. Oh, that's funny. You think that my stash fits here, Heidi? I own a store. There is no limit on my stash. That's funny. Hello, Patrice. Hi, Jan, Kim, Dina, Becca, Nydia. Oh, so how are you guys doing on this lovely Friday? We're at the end of another week. Can you believe that? Um, it's all kind of blurring together, isn't it? It's just one big rolling time period. Hello from Calgary. Hi, Naomi. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so you guys might have seen in my morning email that we have some special deals going on for Love Your LYS weekend. So basically, what happened is normally, under normal circumstances, tomorrow would have been the annual local yarn store day, which is a celebration created by our trade association meant to encourage people to come into yarn shops. So it's supposed to be full of special deals and special products made by our vendors that are exclusive to brick and mortar shops. They have to be sold in a shop, and you come in on local yarn store day and there's all a hoopla, etc. Well, they canceled it because everybody's closed and decided to postpone it to September. But there's a large group of us that are friends on Facebook, and we participate in this local yarn shop owner group where we support each other and give each other ideas and just let each other, vent when times are hard, which is now. Um, and we decided that we should still celebrate local yarn stores this weekend and make a virtual event and call it Love Your LYS weekend. And so that is now what's happening starting today through Sunday. So in honor of that, I put together project bundles. And my thinking was this: you guys really seem to like the Quarren skeins, and maybe the idea that the work of having to think of what do I want to make and what color do I want to make it in and what blah, 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 it taken away for you and decided for you. There's a certain liberation in that, right? So there's also, some risk because you're not sure what you're going to get. And thank you for putting your faith in us. But it's also kind of liberating to just be plopped with a project that you may or may not have thought you would have picked out for yourself, but enjoyed nonetheless. So along those lines, I put together bundles. So you know what the project is. It's for a specific pattern, but I'm putting together the yarn choices for you. And then I priced them at a discount off of what it would cost just to buy all those components regular retail. So if you haven't seen those or you didn't get our newsletter this morning, sign up. But they're on our website right now, and those are just good through the weekend. They're going fast. So one of the predominant ones that we did this for is a new shawl designed by our dear friend Lucinda, who created the idea of the corn skeins, and she designed the most genius shawl ever, debuting this weekend. It's called the social distancing wrap. It's 6 feet long. It just cracks me up that she just thought to do this. And the last time I checked a few hours ago, it was number one on the hot right now list on Ravelry. So it's getting some action. It's free this weekend. So if you haven't gone and downloaded yours yet, go get it. The social distancing wrap, and it's free today through Sunday. So we put together kits for the social distancing wrap on our website. Now we don't carry the yarns that Lucinda designed hers in, but we have some amazing substitutes that I personally love. I've started mine at cast on last night after dinner because Lucinda sent the shop owners a draft copy of her pattern. So here it is so far. So it's this great, it's a chevron shaped rectangle. So you start out and you increase till you get the base stitch number for the height of your triangle, and then and it maintains that stitch count throughout. So it's really hard probably to see. It's very subtle what I'm using, but it alternates between just stripes and some mosaic. Let's see if I can get some of the mosaic. Can you see that at all? Get the light just right. So it's a nice, straightforward, just that perfect combination of mindless and pay attention because it's garter. And here's the yarns that I'm using that we put together in our kits that just fell on the floor. Okay, these are the two that I'm going back and forth between right now. So on my right, on this hand, this is Feederbook Farms Entropy DK. And this, if you have not used this yarn, it's absolutely delicious. Think spin cycle out of really soft BFL fiber. So it's from a small farm manufacturer, Lisa Westra. She has a flock of sheep and she creates all these colorways herself. And so I will eventually be changing over to these colors. So here are my 4 colors all together. How fun is this? My 2 solids are in Kelborn Wool and Scout. I have strawberry, I'm sorry, coral over here and strawberry over here. I feel like I'm doing a puppet show. And then this yarn set to this yarn. Anyways, it's really fun. Our kits are going really, really fast. We had a really low supply of the feeder brook, and bless her heart, I have to tell you guys, this should be reason alone for you to go run to our website and buy all of the feeder brook yarn. Lisa is the sweetest, most ingenious. She always has the most beautiful booths at TNNA. She just puts countless hours into creating a lovely, almost like a story of things knitted out of the yarns, etc. And I emailed her a couple days ago when I saw that this wrap was coming, and I thought, oh shoot, we need some more of this yarn. And normally it takes us a while to get this yarn when we place an order because then she produces it because she's a small artisan batch, small batch producer. And I emailed her and I said, do you have Entropy ready to ship? And she wrote back and she said, yes, I do, because she was expecting to get to go to TNNA in about a month and a half, which isn't going to happen now. And so she had a large inventory ready that now she, isn't necessarily going to have an output for unless people place orders. And so I placed my order. And I said, oh, great. This is so perfect. Thank you so much. And she wrote back and she told me that order saved her from having to call the meat man to come and take 5 sheep. That's how hard things are right now. And that just was so touching. And I mean, it was just, it was providence that this Lucinda designed this pattern. We needed more of this yarn. She had it available. Our order is going to save a few sheep on her flock. So, if you want me to order more, go buy it all. And I'll buy more from her. Maybe we can save some more sheep and help her pay her bills a little bit longer. It's a tough world out there for the small guys. You all know that. You've seen all the headlines, how none of us got any of the money. And anyway, so that's what I love about Feederbrook. I mean, it's just this it's a one woman show. She's raising sheep, she's shearing them, and she's creating beautiful yarn. So that's the Entropy DK. We have a little bit of Entropy Bulky left. I didn't ask her about the Bulky because I was really focused on getting this yarn for the shawl project. But so right now I have the inventory shows on the website. All of that inventory we show on our website if you are ordering, just so you know. That is inventory that's coming next week. So those orders won't go out till probably like the middle Wednesday, Thursday of next week. It's not physically here yet. I just posted it that it was all received because I wanted you guys to be able to shop for it this weekend. So just keep in mind if you do order some feeder brook, not the ones in the kits, those are all going out, but if you order single skeins that aren't in the kits, that stuff won't ship until the last half of next week. So yeah, I know, Sarah, it gave me chills too. So it's really awesome. And Lisa is just the nicest uh, woman. She was a physicist, and she left that world to get a flock of sheep and make yarn. That's why the colors. That's why it's Entropy DK, and that's why all of the colors have names like Event Horizon and Force and Refraction and sciencey names, right? Because go science. So there's other kits as well. I put together like a mix of old favorites, newbies. If you were watching on Wednesday when I talked about that I wanted to cast on a new spell shawl, I did. Are any of you surprised? Yeah, no. Uh-uh. So here's the three colors all wound up because I showed you them in the skein. Now the spell shawl is Shannon Squire's design that uses three skeins of fingering weight, and you hold two strands at a time and kind of gradiate through them as you go. I'm trying to get them all in one hand. Just a second. Okay, here's my three colors. Try to get where the light's not as bright. Itsy bitsy, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Remember this one? Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. This one is boho chic. Her story, sassy holidays. And so here it is. I've started. This is my first section using two strands of Itsy Bitsy together, and I am almost done. I think I have two more repeats to go before I drop one strand of this and bring in one strand of banana. And so then it'll start its color movement. Isn't that fun? I love this. I forgot how much I like doing this pattern. And it's got a little bit of a stiff hand because you're holding two together. I'm on a size 8 needle, but I know from experience because I've made this before, you submerge it in water to block it and it just relaxes, and then it's like a waffle weave almost. The texture of it is it's kind of reminiscent of long johns, like that really squishy, scrumptious kind of fabric. So that's been a bright spot in my week, given the current situation and the gray weather, having this bright project. So yay for casting on new things. Let me see here. Let me catch up with some comments. Yes, sweet sheep. Yes, you're right, Margot. Um, Jill's report. She says the orders keep on coming in. Hi, Jill. Hope you got one of the wrap kits. Yay! Oh, because you finished your quarantine skein last night and you needed a new project. Perfect timing. That could not have been more ideal. That is so great. I'm so happy to hear that. Well, awesome. So I have something here. The benefit of being here in my stash area is I can show you weird random things that I don't ever really talk about in the context of the store because it's not something that relates to inventory I carry or even can carry. But I'm going to show you this. It's not a whip yet. I did swatch, but that was 10 years ago. Okay, so over 10 years ago, my friend Nicole and I had a brief business called Pearl Away Retreats, and we did knitting retreats, or we're planning knitting retreats that were supposed to be like weekend getaways with a featured instructor where we studied one thing all weekend and had nice dinners and big swag baskets. And we started planning all of this and putting our plans together right before the last real estate crash. So basically about the time we launched our first retreat, everything went. So our first retreat that we had put on sale was for the Bohus sweater technique with Susanna Hansen out of Washington, who's an expert on Bohus knitting and has a collection of original Bohus sweaters that is to die for. And we didn't end up selling any spots because it was expensive. It was a getaway at a resort. Um, it just wasn't realistic for people anymore. So what we did is we scrapped the hotel resort getaway part of it, brought it into Hood River, did it more like a day attendance thing. People could come from out of town, but they would be responsible for their own accommodations. But that way, a whole bunch of local in-town people could participate, and go home at night. The cost came way down, and it just was magical. Susanna is so knowledgeable, and listening to her talk about the history of this sweater technique, etc. Oh, it was mesmerizing. And so after this was over, I was obsessed with these boho sweaters, and I put a bohus kit from Sweden on my Christmas list that year, and I got it. So this is Wild Apple. And what makes this unique, these kits unique, is the fiber content that they are made with. It has Angora, it's woolen Angora, and it's a very fine, light fingering weight. And so this is my base color. I have another skein in here, and these are big monster skeins. And so this is the dark green. If you don't know what these are, you can find them on Ravelry. I think the original book is out of print right now. It has come and gone in and out of print, so it's a little bit hard to find. And then it comes with like 20 extra colors. 20. So I'm not going to take them out of the plastic. I have them all in plastic to protect them from pests. So unfortunately, the lighting isn't going to be great, but I did wind them all up. So, oh, the lighting's going to really suck. I just don't want to take them all out. They're all in little tiny bags. Like, they give you exactly and only exactly what you need for each each color. So I had all these little bags at the store, and you can see I wrote the color numbers so I could keep track, because all they come is tiny little mini skeins with a little sticky tag over one strand that says what the number is. And so they're so close in shade too, as I wound them, I wrote on the bags to keep track of it. And so here is my chart, because this is where it really gets interesting. Look at this beautiful, beautiful chart. Isn't that cool? So when you get this, this is not finished right here. You have to go through and cut little bits of the yarn that they've given you and then attach them so that you get a visual representation. Looks like I didn't do a couple of them. These might be the really big skeins, but so you get a visual representation of what this is. It helps you just do it, like an alignment with your eyes. And so it's pretty crazy. I gotta knit this stupid thing, man. I have been putting this off for well over 10 years now. And Kim, you have this too. Oh, Kim, thank you for putting the link. You guys check the link out. Kim put it in. This is where you get these kits. I don't know. Are they still selling them? So basically, Wild Apple was one of the classic designs that people would buy in the finished bohus sweaters. And if you don't know about bohus, there's all kinds of history that you can find online. It's a very specific technique with a yoke in the Angora blend yarn, and it incorporates knits and pearls strategically, so you get that kind of pearl bump look on the right side of work. And so they're just beautiful. They're even more beautiful in person. Susanna's collection was amazing. I was trying to get Susanna in for a workshop this fall, and I have not been able to connect with her with the old contact info that I had. And of course, now everything is up in the air about whether people will be gathering at all by the fall. So I guess we're going to just shelve that for now. But I would love to bring her back and host another weekend that you all could come and attend workshops on bohus. So when I swatched for my main color yarn, I got gauge on a 1, which meant like ribbing and stuff on a 0 or a double aught. So Michelle, my cousin Michelle says, stop, just knit it already. Gauge on a one, Michelle. Gauge on a one. That's been the daunting part to me, but you're right. I should. The other thing that's daunting is you have to they're bottom up. That was the way made. And so you have to do all of the grunt work, like hours and hours and hours of stocking it on a one before you get past the armholes and get to do the fun stuff with the yoke. So you really got to pay your dues up front with this project. Yeah, we should do a knit along. Everybody that has a kit or is about to buy a kit because we just made you so tempted, you should let us know and then we can all cast on together and see who finishes first. Oh gosh. So many good ones. Watermelon. I don't know watermelon. So Kim said that she a watermelon. Must be another one. There's a beautiful blue one. There's just they're really, really great. They're really great. Um, all right, you guys. It's Friday, Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Oh, wait, I was gonna tell you about my seg. This is Weg. This was another sweater that I finished a couple years ago and have never worn because it went on display at the shop. This is the Knitted Wit from the Sassy Holidays Club. I referenced it earlier. This was a beautiful color called Distraction Waffles, named for Leslie Knope's affection for waffles. And then my main color was Fiber Company Cumbria Fingering, which we don't carry anymore. But I think you could make a really lovely combination out of the Knitted Wit and the Kelborn Woolens Perennial, which if any of you are doing Casa Pinka's local yarn shops, special Calm and Breathe, Breathe and Calm, Breathe and Calm, Calm and Breathe. Anyway, that was a good combination. Somebody asked about that on the Unraveled page. The Knitted Wit Fingering, Knitted Wit Sock, great speckled variegated options. And then Kelborn Perennial or Manos Fino, great solid options that you could pair with it for a really lovely shawl. So, okay. Now I'm going to sign off. I'm going to send you all off onto your weekend. I hope that you all stay well and stay healthy. And I'll meet you back here Monday at noon Pacific time for another catch up session. And you can show me what you worked on or tell me what you worked on over the weekend. So bye, everybody. Take care.